hate that bitch Cookie. She has stolen my identity. I'm getting called Cookie everywhere. My friends don't want to talk to me unless it's about Cookie. I hate that.
What's the curse of nailing an alien apart like you have?
Well, thank you. Cookie scared the hell out of me. I got that script. I was doing a play. I said, fuck it all, I'm going back to theater. I just wasn't fulfilled anymore in what I was doing, and I felt lazy, and I felt like I needed to sharpen the tools again. And so my manager was like, oh God, you gotta read this script. And I said, didn't I tell you I don't wanna do any more television? Why are you talking to me? Goodbye, I gotta go over my lines. And so finally I get home and I read the script. And I'm like, hip hop. So I'm reading it and I'm like, oh my God, what are they trying to do? Yeah. Fox is gonna pick this up? This is not HBO? And then I got nervous and I got up and I started pacing the floor and my dog is pacing me because now my brain is like, okay, we're gonna get pissed off. Oh my God, Cookie is so bigger than life. It could go either way. You could either love her or hate her. She beats herself with a broom. I mean, I was petrified. Yeah. But then for me, that fear means it's a challenge that I had to take on. Because if it doesn't shake me up, then why am I doing it? I'm not servicing the character or the fans if I just walk through it. You know what I mean? And that's not what I got in this industry to do. Art is so powerful. And I felt like the subject matter that this project dealt with is something that we've never seen on primetime network television. And if we do it well, if we handle it well, then it's gonna force people to have conversations that they are afraid to have. And that's what art is supposed to do, in my opinion. So I thought, wow, finally for a chance, we get to like shake it up a bit. Mm-hmm. I just didn't know it was gonna shake up this much. You think I came here dressed like this for a friendly get-together?
How much of you did you bring to Cookie? Like with the final product, how much was on the page versus what we ended up seeing?
A lot of the one-liners, I create a lot of the one-liners, but a lot of people think that that's coming from a woman that I know in my life. Actually, Cookie is my dad. He was very straight, no chaser. He said it like it was, and 9 times out of 10, he was right. You either loved him or you hated him because he was speaking truth, straight truth right at you.
What are some of his lines that
The goat ass thing about the hair, that was his. I didn't wash my hair for 2 weeks one time because it just kept the curl better when it was dirty. And we were on a public bus, and he was like, grabbed my head, and he's like, why does your head smell like goat ass? In front of everybody on the bus. Well, I learned the lesson. I wash my hair every 3 days now, so thanks, Dad. May you rest in peace. I recently learned how to leave it alone, because I would go home the night before and say, okay, this is the scene. But I was always smart enough and trained enough to know that I can't practice to say it this way. Right. Yeah. But it just made me feel safer to have that sort of structure, to at least know when I go to set tomorrow, I'll know my lines. But then I found that it was sort of restricting, because then you block yourself if you can't get that word. And it's like, if you just...
Exactly.
One of the best scenes I did actually took me to the Emmys. I didn't even think this daggone Lifetime Movie of the Week went to the Emmys. I had no idea. No one saw that coming. But the scene that they used was a scene that was an incredible, weighty scene where I go to get help because my boyfriend or whatever he was, took my son to Korea, and without my knowing, and just disappeared into another country. So I'm going to the FBI to try to get some help, and they're just going through all of this fucking red tape, and they're not telling me how to get my son. And it was a heated moment, and I didn't know the fucking lines, and I panicked. And they kept saying, are you ready? I was like, give me 5 minutes, just let me. And the storm was about to happen, and then all of a sudden a calm came over me and said, girl, you've been doing this too long, you got this, you know where you are, you're a mother. What happens when you go to the FBI and want help and they're not helping you? Go in there. And we got an Emmy nomination. I want to play a superhero. I want to be a Bond girl. I want to play a man. I want to play a white woman. I want to play everything I've never played before.
Absolutely.